All right, well, here's where a video makes a whole nother video, or perhaps just a good comment that probably couldn't be expressed correctly, and I don't want to type it out. But I made a video here about these black people that are now living in Kenya in caves and stuff. Of course, this was a rhetorical from one of my readers that is kind of a troll, and he had been pecking at me. Now, this comes back from, oh man, like, let me look on my sheet here. It was, no, hold on. It was from 2 months ago, over 2 months ago, 2 months and a week ago. He made these comments. It's taken me this long to get around to it. Of course, I put out the video a couple of days ago, but it was really just in response of a black guy who wanted to call white people, was it Neanderthal cave dwellers and silly stuff, which of course is back from 40,000 years ago and not something that's modern like the Negroids and how primitive they are in a modern time. Of course, a lot of them don't see it or know about it because they're living in Caucasian society and stuff and they're developing through that. But the answer thing here is that so it shows this guy here and how he's just really it's quite pathetic, uh, and that they have a cave dwelling population of over 500 people there, that they're living in these volcanic mountains, and they went up through there, and the man says that he's unable to read or write, but the Bible gives him solace or comfort. And that's kind of strange because, I mean, if you can't read, then how? I mean, and I don't know if sitting on it is giving him comfort or using it for a pillow, but not being able to read. There's not very many pictures in Bibles, you can't, it's not like a comic book, although I guess the Ethiopian Bible has a lot of pictures in it, but then again, that may be because the people there almost need pictures. There's not a lot of literates there that also. But the interesting thing here is that I've got a new troll, and it's this guy right here, Joe T. Joe T. And he, of course, with a name like that, he sounds real intelligent. But he, right off the bat, he's been trying to make excuses left and right for anything that goes on in these videos, of course, which is just hilarious. And he gets debunked every time he opens his mouth. It's kind of disgusting, but yet he won't quit. And so every video I get on. Well, this time he gets on here just 17 hours ago and says, this man is a part of Luddite monks who decided to separate themselves from society to gain closer connection to God, and that I sound jealous. Which, this man's not a monk, and I don't think Luddites use the Bible in the first place, which the man clearly identifies to. And he tells you in the story here, if you'll watch the video, that he was kicked out of his village and lived up here in this cave. It's not his choice in any way, shape, or form. And his kids started getting diseases and stuff and everything. This was not at all his choice, but he's all like, oh, it's his choice. And I sound jealous. Like I would be jealous of somebody living in a cave in poverty and a low IQ and can't read. It's disgusting, but blacks have this mentality. See, they just can't fathom reality. It's disgusting. So one of my regulars here, Les Paul, says, "Are you sure? It would seem from there have been cave beasts for at least 78,000 years from where he comes from." And so he shows you these links right here that show you Kenya cave dwelling people and the fact that they find this stuff going way back in the caves and that black people were cave dwellers. And I don't know if there's too much even question about it. The ancient Egyptians called the black people there Nubians troglodytes. It means primitive unaware cave dwellers for a reason. So sure, later they didn't, but that's because they give somebody else's example. They see somebody else's example. Blacks in the middle of Africa are living in houses made out of mud or dung huts, for God's sakes, and they have no modern convenience whatsoever and never really have developed it at all. They're a pre-Stone Age level people. But so he shows him this information, and then here jumps in another troll. Joe T, yep, jealous, laugh my ass off. Yeah, I'm guessing you're jealous. So then Joe T gets back and says, Eskadon Zenith, he feels emasculated seeing this rugged black man eke out a living from the caves. Actually, I feel pretty disgusted that this kind of thing's going on in this primitive third world country that can't control themselves. And of course, that's the way the world looks at it. But look at them even trying to prop up somebody that's in this amount of poverty. It's disgusting. He knows he wouldn't last a second without modern comforts. Well, I've actually had a lot of survival training and things, and I think the mountain man will do just damn well fine. I don't think Negroids would do too well, though. I really don't. In fact, one winter would take out just about all of them. They'd all be right there on the coast, wouldn't they? Mm-hmm. Anyhow, so I tell him that he's not a monk, he can't even read or write, and that he's a pathetic fool who's attempting to make up a story for him now. It's hilarious. Now, Les Paul commented, and I tell him, I see after your comment that we're both jealous. And he sees this black man and instantly begins to make up a false history for him, too. He has no idea what this guy is and anything whatsoever. But here he goes instantly. It's his knee-jerk reaction to instantly make up false histories and start apologizing for something that he has no idea anything about. It's kind of disgusting, but this is just one small example of the bullshit that I deal with on a daily basis from these trolls. You know, I can make an old video about some old Carthaginian society, and blacks will jump in and go, "The Carthaginians were black." I make one about Greeks, and they go, "Greeks were black." I make one about Shakespeare, and they go, "Shakespeare was black." You know, and what's sad about it is none of them are black, and the ones that are trying to say this are West Africans, and they have no affinity to anybody, but it's really pathetic, kind of disgusting, and some of these people are idiots. Just rampant idiots who do know how to type now on the Caucasian device. Anyhow, enjoy, guys. You probably don't like it. I don't know if you want to even share this. And after hearing this type of crap, I'm not sure you want to subscribe to that. But hey, there's a lot more good information coming out. It's just that I hate to have things like this around on my site. I mean, I could just like throw them off, but why? Let them go ahead and make fools of themselves, and then maybe they'll quit doing it to somebody else. If you just throw them off, they're just going to go someplace else and put on everybody else's video. I've had guys that I've thrown off my video come back on other accounts. I've also had guys get back on my account, start talking crap to me and everything, and come to find out that's that guy from 8 months ago that was talking crap, and now he's back on my side again 8 months later, found me again. And what they do is they go around trying to troll any Caucasian that has any information whatsoever and try to throw in the fact that they were black. It's their new little strategy. If I could just put in the fact that they were black and get away with it. Well, look in all these forums. As soon as they say they were black, you'll see multiple people just jump on them on the fact that it's just a stupid lie. And yet the black people live a lie. It's disgusting. Black people living lies, not being able to cope with their own self. You can see the reality of how it's really just not working out. It's really not working out.